Divine Rising to you. It's yours truly, JP the Notary, aka James Patterson, and I'm coming to you from our YouTube channel, from really Atlanta Notary Academy. But if you're watching our YouTube channel, of course, it is Atlanta Professional Mobile Notary Services, which is the business that we run. Go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button, and we thank you for taking your time to allow us to educate you and help you with your business endeavors, okay? And so one of the things you're going to be learning today on this video is how to actually set up your business so that you can get paid and pay yourself, pay other employers or contractors that work for you, and just to generally set up your business, okay? And so one of the things, we're actually coming up on our 1 year anniversary of starting our company. So we just thank everyone who supported us in any way, shape, or form. We're members at the Gwinnett Chamber of Commerce. And so we want to just extend another gratitude to them. We had our ribbon cutting ceremony not too long ago, about 3 weeks ago now, on August 1st. So again, we just really have been truly blessed and honored to be servants of the community. I went to Alabama A&M University for my first degree for undergrad, and our motto there is service is sovereignty, and we really live that. It's just genuinely an honor to serve. Okay, so going back to starting your business, as a notary public, there is liability that's associated with it. And just any business that you run, there's generally going to be some liability. And that's why we really encourage people to have E&O insurance, errors and omissions insurance, okay? And that's another reason why we started an LLC as well. So we have errors and omissions insurance, but we also have an LLC. And an LLC, if you don't know what it actually stands for, is a limited liability company, okay? And so if you want to know how to actually do that, whatever state that you reside in, you just go to the Secretary of State, and then I'll have some links in the description which will link you, like we're in Georgia. So I have some links in the description. The first link will be the Secretary of State, where you can actually start your LLC or whatever kind of company that you want. And the reason why we started an LLC is to limit our liability, okay? So if you run a sole proprietorship, you risk the liability of being solely responsible if anything happens in your business. So if a lawsuit or litigation is brought up against you or anything, especially with you not necessarily separating your funds, it's called commingling your funds, then now your personal assets can be liable. Okay, so having a limited liability company really helps you with that. It protects your personal assets, okay? And then the E&O insurance. So, okay, what is your foundation? What is your business idea? For us, we wanted to run a notary company. And the reason why we wanted to run that notary company was to make sure that we could be public servants. People need assistance with a lot of things that need to be notarized. Some of them are personal matters like estate planning, like an heirship affidavit, which if you have heir property, someone dies intestate succession without a legal will or a legal method like a trust, or to transfer assets to their heirs, then there's something called an heirship affidavit. You identify the living heirs, anyone that's related in the family. They have different brackets on the form. You write it all out, explain who everyone is, and then the person who is filling out that form, of course, they identify themselves as well, and then we notarize that document once we validate their identification. Okay, so that's it in a very quick, in a nutshell, as they say. But of course, there could be a more thorough explanation of it, and I'll actually create a video on that so we can explain it. But there's just a lot of that's estate planning. There's powers of attorneys, there's healthcare directives, and there's wills, deeds. So real estate, people purchasing homes, and they might be utilizing a loan or refinancing, things of that nature. So that's real estate. There's also personal matters, divorce, marriage, which marriage doesn't require a notarial certificate, but we're actually wedding officiants as well and ordained. So we actually do conduct that as a business. And then there's also something as simple as a residency affidavit, where someone might have just moved to the United States or moved to another state and they want their child to attend a school, and that person may not rent or own the residence where they live at. Let's say a daughter moves in with her father and she has 2 children, or a son moves in with his father or mother and has 2 children. and those children want to attend school, the the county or the school, which, of course is in a county or a parish if you're in Louisiana. But in the state of Georgia, there's a form, and it will, it's typically will have, of course, the county's information on it. And then it will ask for certain information, who owns the property, who's the parent, what's the child's name, what school are they going to attend to, what school did they come from, why is this, why do you reside with this person, and so on and so forth. And then at the end of it, the notary public has to, fill out certain information and notarize it. So we just wanted to be public service and help people out with a lot of things. Okay. And it's been a blessing. It's been an honor. So with that being said, what is your business idea? Okay. That's where you want to start. And I got a few notes here, so make sure that I don't miss anything. Okay. So you as the business owner, you want to separate liability within your company from, things that the activities that your company, the services that you provide or products that you provide. So you create an LLC. You can have a sole proprietorship, so you still would need to go to the Secretary of State, or you could use LegalZoom, Better Legal. Those are kind of like websites that will pretty much ask you certain questions, and then you fill out the information, and then they'll go ahead and create the LLC for you. And, they have the background of having legal aid, if you will, because, these are built to an extent to kind of perform as an electronic attorney for you. So you can utilize those, or of course, if you're someone like myself and you have the experience in the background, you can just go to the Secretary of State. And some people have even used the IRS to set up their companies. Okay. From there, when you, like, for instance, if you use the Secretary of State, which I, again, will have the link in the description, then the Secretary of State will allow you to fill out certain information. Who is the registered agent? So who is the person that is going to be receiving any correspondence from the state regarding or even litigation, when it's mailed out to the company. That's going to be your registered agent. And then who are the members? Who are the founders? Who are the, who's the executive board, the CEO, and, the COO? Who owns the company? Okay. Those are the members. So that is important information. Where is the physical address or the mailing address for the company? And I really, really want to stress this, the importance of this. Your safety is first. So be mindful of that when you set up an LLC. If you do it yourself, or even if you write that information down for like a LegalZoom or Better Legal, if you put down your home address, then it's going to be registered to your home address, which is public information. And so now your address, your personal address, is out there for anyone to access when they look up your company's information. So what I would suggest to someone is that you use a virtual office, or you get a PO box. Some PO boxes will allow you to actually have a physical address, which doesn't have the PO box in it. So it might have, 5555 Atlanta Drive, Unit 85, and Atlanta, Georgia 30031. It will give you a physical address. And so ask, if you go get a PO box, ask, hey, is there a physical address I can use instead of the PO box address? And they'll tell you yes or no. And if it's a yes, then they'll give you an address that you can utilize. Then you can utilize that address for the mailing address for your business. And that protects you, because again, that's just, an address that you're using to receive mail and correspondence, and you use to conduct business, so that is a great asset of utilizing like a virtual address or using a PO box. And I think it's really important, again, because your safety. You don't want, everyone having access to where you live. If you decide to go out of town or close for a week or something, maybe, unfortunately, people get COVID. So if you have health stuff going on, or if you just want to take a vacation, or, you live there too as well. So just if, you close a business, maybe you have a family reunion or something like that. You just want to separate, home, because if you're out of town and now people know exactly where you live, whether they're your clients or not, You're just giving people access to your home address, and then you're putting your home address again. You're putting it out there to the public, and it's just not. To me, it's just not safe. Yeah, it's just not safe. Yeah, so I would just really. That's just a gem, a jewel, some wisdom for you, and I really encourage you to do that. So once you set up your LLC, for instance, or whatever business entity you want to set up, you will receive the articles of organization. Then you also want to get an EIN number. And your EIN number is your employer identification number. So it's essentially what I would call a social security number for your business. Okay, so it's how your business is tracked. When you go get a business bank account, when you go get business credit, when you set up, like for instance, you go get a cell phone and you set it up on a business account, they're going to ask you for your EIN number. So it's a very important number to have. It's free. You don't have to pay for it. And it's right on the IRS's website. Okay. Very simple. You can actually get it the same day. It might take you, 10 or 15 minutes max, if that. It's usually really quick. It takes you longer to fill it out, the information, than it does to actually get it back. Okay. So very simple. Then you want to set up your business bank account. Okay. So I'm not going to tell you which bank to go with. Your different banks have different benefits for certain industries, and whatever it is, whatever the sole purpose of your business is. There might be some, like if you get into trucking, there might be some banks that, deal with trucking better. Maybe, you're interested in getting an auto loan. So a lot of people that I've heard talk about Navy Federal is a good bank for, auto loans. And that's something we're interested in because we run a mobile notary service. So, you got to have a vehicle in order for that to be successful at it. And so needless to say, if you already have a personal banking relationship, I would really encourage you, if you like your bank, you like the relationship you have with them, then I would encourage you to maybe start there because you already have a business relationship there anyway, and you already have a transaction history. That's going to be really important when it comes down to you getting business credit. And when I tell you managing your credit is about your character, it's very important that you manage it well. So, pay things back on time, be aware of the benefits of the business, bank account that you have there. And then, you establish a business credit card, be aware of the reward systems that come with that business credit card. Some have, like, if you spend $3,000 in the first 90 days, then you get a $300 credit, which is really not hard. Most businesses, the average business spends anywhere from like $3,000 to $5,000 a month anyway. And, most businesses are small business, but large corporations, they spend that easily in a day. So regardless of that, just be aware of the benefits of that business bank account and any rewards that will come with it. And you can actually utilize your reward points. I utilized, my best friend got married recently, utilized my business rewards from one of our business credit cards for my travel. So it was super cool. So yes, once you get the business bank account, we're getting into how to pay yourself, how to set up payroll. So the next thing you want to do is have a point of sale system. Point of sale system is how you take money in and then how you, pay it out to either yourself as an employee or if you have contractors that work for you. So, sometimes people have, we've contracted for people, we have had other notary services from other states contact us. They have, or title companies, they have people, law offices that need our services to help them with for carrier services or for notarial services for their clients. So, we invoice them and then they pay us. Or, so our point of sale system is Square. One of them is Square. To an extent, like Zelle operates like that. What else? What is another? Zelle, Venmo, those are really easy to transfer money, but I really like Square because you can send invoices. You can set up, payments online if you have a website. You can also, have it to where you got the card reader or the touchless card reader as well. So those are all examples of point of sale systems. So when you go to certain restaurants or coffee shops, these different, even places that sell apparel, merchandise, clothing and stuff, you'll see that they have typically that Square point of sale system. What is really great about it too is you can set up payroll. So if you're on the payroll, and you are making money and you want to pay yourself, it goes through your business bank account. And then once the money has cleared into your business bank account, then, you can have your account connected to it as well. And then you pay yourself out of it that way. So you need one of those. Even contractors, we have notaries that work for us. So we'll pay them, and we have it all integrated. And that's really important to, really have your company set up professionally. And even if you don't have contractors and you're only one on the team, you still need to pay yourself. So it's just nice to be able to keep up with how much money you made throughout the year and how much you paid yourself. And the point of sale system will help you do all of that. So again, and I'll have a link in the description to our Square app. We have a referral link, and it allows you to receive you don't get charged at all by Square for your first $1,000 of transactions, which is really, really great. They have I think I want to say like a 2% fee, that you end up paying when you transact. So, it's a small, but it adds up. So being able to, make your first $1,000, without having to pay them anything is great. And I think I'm wrapping up now. Okay. And then, you link your, and then of course your business bank account is going to be linked to your point of sale system. And then you pay yourself through your personal bank. So you're able to have what you call your owner's draw or your distribution from, the money that you made through your company. Another really important reason why it's important to have a point of sale system is because it's linked to your business bank account. And even if you're only making $40 a day or $100 a day in your business, that transaction history is so important to show that your money, your business has cash flow. It has money. You're transacting. You're actually earning money in your business, and that's another way that you leverage building business credit and really building your business. Because every time you transact, it's letting the bank know that like, hey, we're making money. We're growing, so that when you actually need money or you desire some kind of credit to leverage, they can actually look back and see that you have a consistent transaction history. Is so important to have that. So, and again, like I said, just being able to pay yourself and then have accurate records. And I really, really love it. Another thing I really love about Square app is that it allows you to automatically request tips when people pay you. So if you go, you've been to these places, you go and you swipe your card. Once you swipe your card, it asks you, do you want a tip? And then after that, it asks you, do you want to receive a receipt? And that's another thing that I love too. Our clients are able to, it's increased our revenue tremendously because we get tips. And it was actually a queen who suggested that to me. She was like, wow, I want to leave you a tip. She was like, you should really set it up to where, we can send you a tip. And I took her advice and I set it up like that next day. That same night I got back to the office, I was like, how do I do this? And then the ability for people to be able to send themselves a receipt automatically is important. And even if they text it to themselves or email it to themselves and delete it or forget, the point of sale system, Square, allows us to, they can just call us and say, or email us and say, hey, can you send me another receipt? And I can just go back in our transaction history, find the date and time. It's another reason why a notarial journal is important. Then I can send it back out to them. And so that's really awesome. So yeah, thank you for watching this video. Like and subscribe.